Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Annisyah Faradilla. My official number is A1M21809. In this video, I want to tell you guys about instead and instead of. So let's start it. First of all, let's talk about instead. What is instead? Instead is an adverb, and it means that as alternative, and then instead used to replace the sentence or phrase or clause or words mentioned earlier, and then we can use instead at the beginning or the end of a clause. So let's see the example. Okay, so let's see the example. The first example number one: I don't like waffle for breakfast today, but I have some bread instead. So we use instead at the end of the clause. This is the clause, and then we use instead at the end of the clause, and then instead is alternative. So what is alternative in the sentence? Alternative is some bird. Some bird is an alternative of I for breakfast today, because subject I don't like waffle for breakfast today. So the alternative for breakfast today is some bird. And then let's see the example number two. They will go to Toronipa, but Toronipa has expensive ticket, so they go to Batugong instead. So this is the same. We use instead at the end of the clause, and then instead this is this is alternative. So what is alternative in this sentence? Alternative is subject they go to Batugong. Because they will go to Toronipa, but Toronipa has expensive ticket, so they have alternative go to Batugong instead. Okay, and let's see the next example. Example number one: he always fails in exam. Instead, he study hard every day. So we use instead here at the beginning of the clause. And then don't forget comma if you use instead at the beginning of clause. Okay, and then this is after instead. Instead is replaced to sentence or clause, and then we repeat the clause mentioned earlier. This is repeat. So alternative is so the alternative here is he study hard every day, because subject he always fail exam. So the alternative and is he study hard every day, and then here this is after instead they have replace the clause mentioned earlier. So this is clause earlier, and then we put instead here for repeat clause mentioned earlier, like that. So the example number two: today teacher not come, instead teacher give homework. So in the next example we use instead at the beginning of the clause, and then we use comma because we use instead at the beginning of the clause. So don't forget for use comma here. And then teacher give homework is an alternative because today teacher not come. So teacher has alternative for give homework. So next we move to the instead of. What is instead of? Instead of is an preposition. It means in place of or as an alternative. Instead of used when people or object or action replaced with others. So let's see the example. Example number one: she made a cake instead of cookies. So for information, instead of should be followed by noun, adjective, and adverb. So let's see the example. Example number one: she made a cake instead of cookies. So this is instead of as a preposition, and then this is noun, and then it is noun. So cookies is alternative of she made, because she made a cake, so she have alternative is cookies for she made. And then instead of use replace object cookies. So example number 2, he can use milk instead of jam in the dough. So instead of is a preposition, and then milk is noun, and then jam is noun. And then jam here is alternative of he can use milk, but he also instead of jam in the dough. Jam here it is alternative for he can use in the dough. And then let's see the next example. Example number 1. Everybody should be patient instead of angry. So instead of here is preposition, and then patient here is adjective, and then angry is adjective. And then if you want to use instead of followed adjective, you must to use adjective before instead of, and then adjective 2 after instead of. So here angry is alternative of everybody should be patient. Everybody should be patient here, but instead of or alternative everybody angry, but yeah, angry is alternative or use replace with object angry instead of use replaced object is angry here. And then example number 2, please show gorgeous instead of that this night. Instead of here is preposition, and then gorgeous here adjective, and then that is adjective. So here that is alternative of show this night. Yeah. The next is Prince should be brave instead of creative. So here we use instead of followed by adverb. This is instead of as a preposition, and then brave is adverb, and then creative is adverb. So here Prince should be brave, but Prince should has alternative. Here is creative. So this instead of creative is alternative of Prince, like that. This is example of instead of should be followed noun. This is example of instead of followed adjective, and then this is instead of followed adverb. For your information, guys, instead of should be followed inform. For example, so this is the example of instead of inform. Example number 1, let's take a nap instead of studying mathematics. Instead of is a preposition, and then we use inform after instead of here. So instead of take a nap as alternative of studying mathematics, like that. So let's see example number 2. Tuti likes to cook French fries instead of sleeping in the morning. So this is instead of as a preposition, and then after that we use inform sleeping. So here sleeping in the morning is cook French fries is alternative of subject Tuti instead of sleeping in the morning. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and then I hope after you watching this video you get a benefit. And then I close by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and bye.